Dear students, today we will start chapter number 2 in class 9th chemistry, that is matter around us pure? Whatever matter we see around us, is it pure or not? That things we will see in this chapter. In the first chapter, we have seen about what is matter. Anything that has mass and occupies space is called matter. Matter exists in 5 different states, that is solid, liquid, gas, Bose-Einstein state and plasma state. We have also seen how we can interconvert different states of matter and what are the effect of physical phenomena like temperature and pressure on the interconversion of matter. In this chapter, we will try to classify the matter. Matter is classified on the basis of purity. Matter exists in two different things, that is either a pure substance or a mixture. Pure substance is further classified into elements and compounds, which we will see in the next part, and the mixtures also is of two types, that is homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. All of you might have seen in the market that pure ghee is available, pure milk, pure salt and everything pure, honey, everything pure. That pure word is for us, for the common people, but for the scientific point of view, that all these things are not pure. They all are mixtures because they are mixed with different substances, and so they are not pure. We call a pure milk. Pure means, for us the word pure means without any adulteration. No any harmful thing is not mixed into it, that is why it is called pure. But from the scientific point of view, pure milk is a mixture of water, fat, proteins and other things. So when we call a pure, from the scientific point of view, it means that all the constituent particles of that substance are in the same physical and chemical nature. A pure substance consists of a single type of particles only, means it will be either containing only all the atoms or ions or all the molecules only. There will not be a mixture. That is called a pure substance, and the constituent particles will be in the same state. Then it is called a pure substance. Now we have defined the chemical and physical properties of matter in the first chapter. Now we can use that properties for classifying the matter. One of the easiest and the best way to classify matter is based on its purity, how much pure it is. If it does not contain any other type of particle, then it is called to be a pure, otherwise it is a mixture. Now let us see what is a pure substance. Any pure substance that has only one set of chemical and physical properties is called a pure substance. Means the chemical and physical properties should be unique. Let us take an example of pure water. Pure water always has the exact same chemical and physical properties under same conditions. Whatever is the source of water, if it is a pure water, then it will contain hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio of 2:1. That means 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen, and that becomes 1 molecule of water, and that is why it is a pure substance. Means no other salt or anything else is mixed into it. That is why it is called a pure substance. But if the taste of water is different, if its taste changes at home also, many times we say that today water is not of that original taste, means something is mixed into it. Then it comes in the another category, that is of mixture. It is not a pure substance. You can very easily feel it if you drink a pure water from the earthen pot, or when you drink a lemonade or you drink a simple the glucose water, then you can easily feel the difference, because the other two are the mixtures and that one was the pure substance. As I have told you that mixture, two or more pure substances are mixed together and each substance in the mixture retains its original set of chemical and physical properties. Means salt is a pure substance and water is also a pure substance. When these two pure substances are mixed with each other, they form a mixture. Here, after mixing, the original physical and chemical properties of salt and that of water remains as it is. Their physical and chemical properties do not change. Here, let us take an example that copper is a metal and zinc is also a metal. Both of them are considered as pure substances because in the rod of copper only the atoms of copper are present, and in the sheet of zinc only the atoms of zinc are present, no other thing is present. That is why they are considered as pure substances. But when they are mixed, they produce brass, which is an alloy. So alloy is a mixture of two or more metals. So when it is mixed, it forms alloy, brass. Although it looks different, brass looks different, but the properties of copper and zinc are retained in the brass. Even though it may look different, but still the copper and zinc are there. Each metal has its own physical properties, that is melting point, boiling point, and etc. Tensile strength and everything is retained. Unlike pure substances, mixture can always be separated by physical means. As I have given you the example of salt and water, if we want to separate the salt and water, we can use distillation. If we want to separate sugar and water, we can use evaporation. There are different physical methods to separate different types of mixtures. So a mixture can be separated into its constituent particles through physical methods like salt and water. But salt, that is chemically it is known as sodium chloride, itself is a substance and cannot be separated by physical process into sodium and chlorine. Sugar itself is a pure substance because it contains only one kind of pure matter and its composition is same, and we cannot separate the carbon, hydrogen and oxygen through physical methods. We have to use some chemical methods to separate them. So the constituents of mixture can be separated by physical methods, but the constituents of pure substance cannot be separated by physical means. Sand is also an example of mixture. It contains iron, salt, other minerals, different types of stones are present into it. If we want to separate the iron and salt, then we can separate it by the magnetic method. We will take magnet and the iron particles will stick into it. The other way to separate iron and salt is by using water. Salt will dissolve into water and iron will not, and we can easily separate iron and salt. So these are different physical methods by which we can separate the constituents of a mixture. Some mixtures are more pure than the others. The first type of mixture is heterogeneous mixture. In heterogeneous mixture, the substances, the components are distributed uneven. If we take the example of sand and water, when sand is mixed in water, it will settle down. So in the lower part of the glass, we can easily see that the more amount of sand is present, and in the upper part more amount of water is present. So here we can clearly see the uneven distribution of the substances of the components, and we can clearly see the different parts of the sand and water. This type of mixture is called heterogeneous mixture. The other example is sand. In sand, we can clearly see different types of stones, minerals. If some iron particles is there, we can clearly distinguish them. The other example is granite. Granite is also a heterogeneous mixture. Wood. If you take a piece of wood, you can clearly see different types of wood, the different linings are present on it. So it is a heterogeneous mixture of different carbohydrates. Yes, one very important heterogeneous mixture is milk. As I have told you in the starting of the lecture, that milk is also a heterogeneous mixture. It contains water, fat, proteins, etc. If we see through a microscope, on the microscopic level, we can see all these different components very clearly. The main important part of our body is blood. It transfers oxygen and carbon dioxide to and from various cells and tissues. It is also called a carrier, also called the transfer medium. This blood is also a heterogeneous mixture. It contains RBC, red blood cells, white blood cells, that is WBC, and the blood platelets. These are RBCs. So blood is also a heterogeneous mixture. Now let us see about homogeneous mixture. In homogeneous mixture, the components are evenly mixed. Evenly mixed means they are spread throughout the mixture in a uniform manner. If you take the example of sugar and water, the sugar particles and the water particles, their composition is equal throughout the whole glass. From wherever you take a spoonful of this mixture, the amount of water and sugar will be same from wherever we take. So this type of mixtures are called homogeneous mixture. They are more pure than the heterogeneous one. Same way, if you take the mixture of salt and water, the salt molecules are mixed with the water molecules thoroughly. We cannot see the components, we cannot see the salt and the water molecules separately, we cannot see the sugar and the water molecules separately. The best example is seawater, which contains salt and other minerals into it, but this salt is mixed thoroughly into it. We cannot clearly see the salt and the water molecules. They are mixed to all to the atomic level, but they can be still separated by physical means. As I have told you earlier, that salt and water can be separated by distillation process, sugar and water can be separated by the evaporation process. This is an example of seawater distillation plant where the salt from the seawater is separated and the pure water is further sent for usage in the industries. So a homogeneous mixture contains a thorough composition of its components. We cannot clearly see the components. Now let us see about the pure substances. The other category of matter is pure substances. Pure substances are those which the components cannot be separated by simple physical methods. They are of two categories, the compounds and elements. Compound. When two or more elements chemically bonded together, they are called compound. Now let us take an example that element At present, there are nearly 118 elements present. All hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, sodium, all these are called elements. They have their own unique physical and chemical properties. When these elements bond with each other, they form a bond, chemical bond with each other, and they combine in a fixed ratio, they form a compound. Like the example of CO2, which is emitted from the industries and other things. It contains carbon and oxygen as element, in which one atom of carbon combines with two atoms of oxygen. So the ratio is fixed. The other example is water, in which two atoms of hydrogen combines with one atom of oxygen. So the ratio of hydrogen to oxygen is always fixed, then only it is called water. If the ratio changes, then the compound also changes. The other compound in which hydrogen and oxygen is present is H2O2, the hydrogen peroxide. Then it is not water. It does not have the properties of water. The properties are completely different of hydrogen peroxide from that of water. So if the ratio of the elements changes, then the compound also changes. Here in carbon dioxide, the carbon and oxygen are bonded through a chemical bond. Same way for the hydrogen and oxygen in water. The third example is salt. Chemically it is known as sodium chloride because it contains sodium and chlorine. Sodium and chlorine are bonded together by an ionic bond. The properties of sodium and the properties of chlorine are different, but when they combine through a bond, their properties changes. When it becomes NaCl, their properties changes. The other one is cane sugar or the normal sugar which we use in our house. It is known as sucrose, whose formula is C12H22O11. It is sugar. So compounds have only one set of properties. If you take sodium chloride from any company or from anywhere, its property is same, but it is different from the properties of cane sugar or a normal sugar. So the properties of any compound has only one set, means their properties are unique. They cannot be separated by any physical process. Sodium and chlorine in present in common salt cannot be separated by simple physical process. Same way for the sugar, same way for the water. Water is hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. If we want to separate H2O, we cannot use any of the physical method. We have to use chemical methods like electrolysis, which separates hydrogen and oxygen. So the components of pure substances can be separated by a chemical reaction only. As I have told you earlier, the water can be separated into hydrogen and oxygen by a process called electrolysis. Now let us see about elements. Substances which are made up of only one type of atom. In the further chapter, we will study about the structure of atom and how the electrons and how the atoms are made up of. So the substances which are made up of only one type of atom are called elements. As the cell in our body, it is the basic unit of any living organism. Same way, atom is the basic unit of any matter in the whole world. You take a piece of chalk, you go on cutting it into pieces smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. At one point of time, you will come to such a small, very minute piece which cannot further be broken down, and that is called the atom. The smallest part of any substance, any matter is called atom. So what are elements? Elements are those substances which are made up of only one type of atom. They cannot be separated by any physical or chemical process also. We cannot separate the atoms by any physical or chemical process. Like carbon. These are the different things which are made up of carbon. The charcoal, the diamond, the graphite, all are different forms of carbon. Here carbon atoms are bonded with each other in graphite, in diamond, and in charcoal also. So these substances, the carbon is called the element because it contains only one type of atom only. No other type of atom is present into it. The other one is helium, which is used in the hot air balloons. So helium, the same type of atoms are present in the helium gas. Gold, its symbol is Au. It contains all the atoms of gold only, pure gold, which is called 24 karat gold. But if we add some amount of copper or silver into it, then it becomes 18 karat or 20 karat or 22 karat. Then it becomes a mixture. Then it does not remain an element, it becomes a mixture. So at last, let us classify the matter. What we have seen, let us revise it. Matter can be classified on the basis of its purity into mixture and pure substances. If the components of the mixture can be separated by any of the physical means, then it is called a mixture. But if the components cannot be separated by any physical means, then it is called a pure substance. As we have seen, mixture is of two types. The first one is heterogeneous mixture. In heterogeneous mixture, the composition of the components of mixture is not uniform. In some part one component is more, and in the other part the other component or the components are present in more amount. It is not like that only two substances are mixed. It can be a mixture of 3, 4 or 5 or more substances also. Then also it is called a heterogeneous mixture, where the composition is not uniform throughout the mixture. The other type of mixture is homogeneous mixture. In the homogeneous mixture, as we have discussed, that the composition of the mixture is uniform, means it is same throughout the mixture. If we take the example of salt and water, sugar and water, or we can take the example of all the three, that is salt, sugar and water, and all these three are mixed with each other, and we take a spoonful of it, then the amount of all the three will be same from wherever we take the spoon. So this type of mixtures are called homogeneous mixture. In heterogeneous mixture, we can clearly see different components. No need to use the microscope or anything. We can clearly see that this is one component, this is another, this is third, this is fourth component. And for that we have seen the example of sand. In sand we can clearly separate different type of stones, iron and the pebbles, and anything else is also mixed. But in homogeneous mixture we cannot see the parts, that is we cannot see the constituent parts. Pure substances are of two types, that is the first one is compound. Compound means when two or more elements are chemically bonded, combined with each other in a fixed ratio, then it is called compound. And the other one is element. If a pure substance contains only one type of atom, then it is called element. The components of a compound can be separated chemically. The components cannot be separated physically. We cannot separate the carbon and oxygen from carbon dioxide through any physical method. We have to use some of the chemical methods only, as we have used electrolysis for the separation of water into hydrogen and oxygen. But in element, as it contains same type of atoms, we cannot separate the components, the atoms, through any physical or chemical method. Mixture are the most impure ones and the elements are the most pure state of matter. So as we move from heterogeneous mixture to the element, we move from most impure one to the most pure one. So till now we have seen that what is matter, anything that has mass and occupies space, that is called matter. Matter can be classified on the basis of purity into mixture and pure substances. Mixture further can be classified into heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture, and pure substance can be further classified into compound and element.